So maybe the most powerful song, and is incredibly hard to listen to if you're a mama as well, is Perfect Way to Die. It's the story of a mother's grief after her son is shot by police. How difficult, I mean, you're a mama and a part of the community that's being attacked right now, so how hard is that?
I mean, it's devastating. Obviously, we all can see it no matter where we live, no matter how we grew up.
Yeah.
We can all see what's happening so clearly and evidently. And I know that we're all outraged. We're all, just we don't accept it anymore.
Hmm.
This is not the way that it's supposed to be, and we will not accept it anymore. But to write that song, just a sliver of that conversation, that emotion, that feeling of of losing your child because somebody murdered them because they judged them in some way or thought
Hmm.
they were going to cause harm that they weren't going to. I mean, the grief, I can't even imagine. There is no perfect way to die, and definitely not at the hands of police brutality. But bringing that to the forefront and being able to have that be a conversation at work, we're all talking about, thinking about, obviously going into this election, thinking about how do we want to show up for ourselves, for our communities, what do we want to demand from our country.
Hmm.
It's a really powerful conversation to be having, and just the encouragement for us to show up, to start to make the shifts or the changes that we know are needed.
Yeah, and I think we take advantage that we're so lucky, we're so fortunate to have that vote. And I think we're in this country, we get so comfortable. You get in our little comfort zones sometimes, and you don't realize how important it is to vote. Anyway, but Breonna Taylor was in the video for that song as well. Alicia has been pushing for justice for her, and this summer she made another video with Breonna's mom, Tamika Palmer, activist Tamika Mallory, and the rapper Rhapsody. So, Alicia, do you feel hopeful in the fight right now?
I mean, I'll be honest. I'm disappointed. I'm very disappointed. I'm frustrated.
Mm.
I think we all are. It's just enough with the actions that are never held accountable. It's just enough. And I feel like it definitely feels. I know it's wrong, and I know that it has to change.
Mm.
And I do feel inspired to continue to show up and continue to be an active part of humanity. Because we
Mhm.
all have to care about what's going on. And that's one thing that I do see. I truly do. I see the whole world, France, Paris, London, the whole of America really, for the first time, showing up and saying and speaking loud, and so in that way, I do feel inspired that we, the people who do make the changes, because I know sometimes it's hard to believe. We think, this unseen government kind of does everything and we have no control over it. Sometimes we can feel like that,
Mhm.
but we do have the power. We do wield the power. And so I do feel inspired to continue going, but I do feel disappointed that more justice wasn't due for Breonna and for all the people who have lost their lives, been murdered by police brutality.